So today I just wanted to review what we have planted and sowed directly outside and what we have going on in the greenhouse. So I'll make that into two different videos, one for the outside and one for the greenhouse. So it is April 9th, I think, today. And again, we've got garlic in this bed, but you guys knew that. In this bed we've got beets, spinach, an open area for planting fresh eating spinach, kale, and then I'll be putting in some loofah there for the future. Transplanted some flowers, they're kind of perking up. This bed is open, but I'm going to be planting tomatoes on one side and tomatillos on the other. They grow really well together. But those are started by seed in the greenhouse right now. I just started them. This bed has dill on this left side, and then I've got flowers planted here, and this side is still open. I don't have anything planted there yet, but I'm thinking coriander, cilantro or something like that. I like to plant that later though, because I want it ripe when my tomatillos and my tomatoes are ripe. This whole bed is carrots. Carrots. And then I transplanted some onions and garlic into this bed, just some extra I had. That side has got horseradish all over it. Got the herb garden going on here. So we have sage, lemon balm, which actually grows wild here. That's where that came from. Thyme. I got oregano over there. And I planted more dill here, and I planted some flowers here, and I think that's all I planted in here so far. Now let's go to the other side of the house. Just kidding. Haha. There's asparagus in these beds. Sarah likes to try to find the asparagus and eat them, and they're still coming up pretty well. Yeah, happy about that. Okay, to the other side. So about a week ago, no longer than that, we came over here and looked at the Swiss chard and some of the mustard greens, and I pointed out to you that these onions were the ones that I had missed last year, and then we replanted the whole end of this with onions and extra garlic that I had. I know I've got way too much of all that stuff in, but I plan to give most of that away. And then look at my chain link fence covers here. I have a couple vining crops here. On this side we have sweet peas that can be eaten as a pea or as a sugar, like a sugar snap pea, and it's on this side all the way across. And then on the other side over there we have some oriental long beans. It's the first year I've grown those, but they seem to be a lot more efficient than just a regular green bean because they get up to like 2 feet long, but then you just snap them into whatever lengths you want. So I think it's less harvesting and more bang for your buck, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. So that's pretty much what I've got planted outside. Let's go ahead and look inside the hoop house. So I did a lot of planting without you guys. I figure you don't need to watch me plant every single thing that I'm planting, but I did want to catch you up. This is my third day in a row of planting, so I'll just show you what I've got going on. And if you're similar, you may want to get this kind of stuff into some trays if you have that opportunity. Some of the stuff you could directly sow outdoors, or you just may have to wait. So this whole flat is self-sowing cherry tomato. I got the seeds from a cherry tomato that grew all by itself over a winter time and then grew in the spring, so I figured it's a tough mother. This full tray is Hubbard squash. This is half cantaloupe and half Prescott melon, which is much like a cantaloupe. This whole tray is onions. This whole tray is cabbage. This whole tray is orange and white pumpkin. It's a small pumpkin. It's a good eater. Delicata squash. That's very sweet. zucchini, the whole tray. This is a combination of lemon, cucumber, bok choy, and some old soybeans I found. That'll be interesting to see if they still work. This whole tray is pickling cucumbers, paste tomatoes, a cherry teardrop tomato, peperoncinis, and a hot F1 hybrid. So this is a hot pepper. Seeds are not collectible because it's a hybrid. I think it's the only hybrid I have. Mammoth pumpkins, they get gigantic. Those are just more for show, Halloween. Buttercup squash and a winter buttercup squash. Sorry, butternut squash, buttercup squash. They're pretty similar. This is a black tomato. It's like a black Cherokee, and it is a medium-sized slicer. And this one, I don't know what varietal it is. I just call it my big red, and it gets pretty good size tomatoes on it. Do a little spin. This whole tray is jalapenos, and this whole tray is tomatillos. So today I'm going to finish up by planting some loofah. I did try to collect seeds from last year. They were just beyond salvage. Some more winter squash, and another winter squash, Gill's Golden Pippin, and Violina rugosa, whatever that is. So that's what we're going to finish up with, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. Some really quick math to look at how many cells each one of these I think of as a cell, how many cells I have planted right now, and I've got 922 cells planted, and most of these have at least 2 seeds in them, so like 1,800 plants. Obviously I can't eat all that, so I'll be giving a lot of this stuff away to my neighbors and family and friends and the food bank. So by the time I'm finished planting those rest of those seeds, I'll be right at about 1,000. And I think I counted all my trays I can grow. Just in these 2 different types of trays, I can grow over 1,400, and that's not counting all those pots over there. So just a few trays, really, right? So each one of these is 7 by 7, so it's almost 50 per tray. And this is 72 per tray. So that adds up really super fast. So don't be afraid to get out and just use some of these trays. You will be shocked at how quickly you can fill one up and how much plant matter you'll have. So yay, share some with your peeps. All right, so we'll see you later, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.